The 2012 report covers 23 countries. There's been extraordinary violence against children in Syria, because it's not only the killing and maiming, which we see in Crossfire, or the sexual violence, the recruitment and use, which we find in other conflicts, but we have, as you know, I sent a technical team out to the refugee camps to take affidavits and testimony, and we have children as young as 14 years old in detention being tortured by government forces with marks visibly on their bodies. We have seen children, they've described to my technical team, of being beaten, of being scarred by cigarette burns and whipped with electrical cables. Cases of sexual torture were also recorded against these children. So the torture of children in detention is something quite horrific. In addition, we have evidence of children being used as human shields. In the Ain Laruz village, for example, children from that village described how in a bus that was carrying military personnel, the children were put up against the window so as to protect the bus from being attacked. It's divided into Annex 1, which are countries on the agenda. My technical team, as I said, spoke to Colonel Riyad Assad, and they are against it. They say there is no such policy, but in the field it is occurring. These children are being recruited, sometimes in medical evacuation units, sometimes running to the front, in the front line. And so we want to send a very strong signal to the Free Syrian Army that they really have to take more steps to stop this recruitment this month. We strongly believe that there should be a referral to the ICC on this, and I think the High Commissioner has been very vocal about that, and we hope that at least the evidence that has been gathered by various parts of the UN and others will form a part of any kind of action by the ICC at a future date. People have to be held accountable for these terrible acts. Child casualties and airstrikes conducted by
It's clearly a very disturbing finding in the report, and it will be looked at carefully by all members of the Security Council. But it is just yet another chapter in the barbarity that is being imposed by the Syrian regime on its own civilian population. So, to be honest, we are not surprised by the report, but it is still abhorrent and another example of how far beyond the pale of humanity the Syrian regime has gone. As you know, we are discussing in consultations with various partners about next steps in the Security Council, and that will continue.